reviewers! Kumusta kayo? Hello, hello, hello! We are now down for our part 2 of our reading comprehension. But before we begin, let us do a recap first of what we have learned about the part 1 of our reading comprehension. We have the general strategies. The first one is we have previewing. Ayun. Previewing is we already have our a little bit of knowledge of what we are going to learn or the objectives of what we are going to read. And the next one is the schema building. When you say schema building, these are the pictures or graphics included in your text. But this is a weak substitute for your learning, for your understanding, for your comprehension because you are not able to properly use your imagination. Next one is highlighting or identifying. Diba? Sabi ko, this is a difficult part kasi para sa iba, what you are reading has halos lahat may main point. So we tend to highlight everything. But really, it's a big help if we have different kinds of highlighters for us to be able to identify which one is the main point and which others are only the sub-main points. And then, of course, we have summarizing because after highlighting, for us to be able to share what we have read is we have to summarize it kasi hindi naman maganda yung masyadong mahaba yung babasahin, di ba? Kasi there are tendencies nga people are uninterested to to read very long texts. Alright? The next is we have to retell. For us to be able to know of if we really do understand what we have read, we have to retell what we have learned about that particular text. Because if our audience, if who are we sharing with, fully understand what is the story all about by just us retelling them what we have read, then it only means that we have properly understand and comprehended what we have read. Next one is the context cues. Ibig sabihin, may mga cues, may mga stories na nandyan sa pictures that we understand immediately. Next one is the graphic or semantic organizers or example yung Venn diagram, yung concept maps, or yung iba-ibang illustrations na nasa text for us to be able to fully understand the flow of the story, di ba? Hindi lang sa text natin naiintindihan kasi there are instances na in between paragraphs we don't know already or parang nakaligtaan na natin na ay magkapareho pala sila or magka-connected. With these graphic or semantic organizers, we are able to connect the story or the topics all about. Next one is comparing and contrasting. Of course, after reading a text or story, there are probably questions asking them nga, are the situations different like that? Parang ikino-compare nga, do they have similarities or do they have differences? Next one is question response and generation. Alright, di ba sabi ko noong nakaraang video ay some teachers gave questions before the story for you to relate your experiences, and then there are also instances that the teacher pauses for you to ask you if nasusundan ba ninyo yung stories, and then afterwards there is this questions being asked if what did you understand about that particular story, or kung kayo yung protagonist ng particular story, would you do the same? If yes, why do you say so? If not, what would you do? Diba? Next one is activating prior knowledge. Of course, like the question response and generation strategy, ito rin yung sinasabi na yung example natin before is, you do a sleepover, di ba? Ira's having a sleepover with her friend's house, and then the teacher asks you, have you already experienced doing a sleepover over your friend's house? Or if not, Why? Kung hindi pa, bakit? Because mom, strict parents. So, sige, let's try to look and through the story, as we read the story, let us justify why do your parents have a strict personality towards you? Bakit sila strict? Kasi ganito, ganyan. Diba? Next one is we have the comprehension monitoring, di ba? By the end of a particular chapter or a particular paragraph, the teacher pauses, asks you if you still understand what you are listening or what you are reading. Tama ba yung ginawa ng protagonist? Parang gano'n. They are um, asking you in between stories, in between paragraphs, in between texts. Kung you really are understanding or kung may confusion, basahin nyo kung may confusion, then bago ninyo tapusin yung story, it should be addressed. And then the last one is predicting and inferencing, di ba? There are other books, there are other stories that has um, cliffhangers, di ba? Ikaw yung binibigyan nila ng karapatan, the right to tell or parang kung ikaw yung protagonist, ano kaya yung gagawin mo or kung ano yung magiging resulta ng pangyayari. So, yun. Parang binibigyan ka nila ng right na maging part ka ng story, maging part ka ng topic, maging part ka ng text. Ayun. So, since we are already done with our general strategies, there are still some other strategies that you need to do in order for you to fully understand what you are reading. The first one, relax and focus. You don't have to be intimidated by the lengthy paragraphs. You just have to keep calm and read through the passage attentively. Ayan, kasi 'di ba kapag tiningnan pa lang natin, lalong-lalo na kung may timer, 'di ba? You should be done reading this by just a minute. Tapos pagtingin mo, wow, ang haba. 'Di ba? Parang intimidated ka agad. Parang, oh my gosh, hindi ko 'to matatapos. You already have that in mind. What you need to do if you just have to relax. Focus on what you are reading, one step at a time. Hindi ganun na inuunahan mo agad kung ano yung binabasa mo. Relax. Focus on what you are reading as of the moment. Kasi kung iniisip mo na agad na matatapos ka, binibilisan mo, you don't already know what you are reading. You are not comprehending. You do not understand it anymore. You're just reading. So tendency, you cannot answer the questions afterwards. The second tip will be read the question first. Before reading the passage, go through the questions first so that you'll have an idea on what to take note as you read the paragraph or paragraphs. Ayun, pwede naman, di ba? Like kanina, inilalagay natin yung sinasabi na we have activating prior knowledge. You already know kung alin yung dapat mong i-observe na mga answers based on the questions. Because I believe, kapag nandun ka na sa exam, nandun ka na sa test, there are questions already in hand. So, before you read, tingnan mo, uy, medyo mahaba. Sige nga, tingnan natin yung questions kung alin ba yung dapat kong hanapin dito. As I go through, dapat you take down notes in your head. Next one, do not memorize. Diba? Uy, you just have to familiarize. Uy, familiar, hindi joke. Do not memorize. You can easily reread the sentences when facts and other specifics are needed. Getting the main idea and the structure of the passage is more important. Ayun, diba? Kasi when you already read the passage, you understand that, you familiarize it, and then you encounter a particular question that answers that. So, uy, nabasa ko yun. Teka nga, tingnan kung andun yun sa second paragraph. Tingnan, balikan natin. Yun, it's good. It's a good strategy too. Next one, pay close attention to opening and closing sentences of the passage. If you're running out of time, read through the first and last sentences of the passage as it usually contain the main idea of the paragraph. Then scan through the middle part. You can read through the latter again if needed for other questions. Ayun. If only you're running out of time. But if you still have enough time, read the text, the article, carefully. If you're running out of time, you have no choice, andun yan sa starting. Kasi sa starting, yung introduction, nandoon yung prior knowledge. You're activating prior knowledge if what is the story or what is the text all about. And then noon naman sa last paragraph, doon na yung conclusion. Ibig sabihin, the whole story, the whole text was being summarized. And then afterwards, sabi dito, you can go through the body of the text. If only you are running out of time. Next one is rich vocabulary is both important and not so important. You don't have to know all the definition of each word in the passage as long as you understand the gist or main idea. Don't beat yourself up and be intimidated by unfamiliar words, but it's good to enrich your vocabulary as much as you can. Ayun, di ba? Since now that you are still studying, you are still reviewing for your exam, for your civil service exam, or for your other exams that you are to take, as much as possible, read a lot of books. Read a dictionary for you to be able to familiarize those highfalutin words, those difficult words. But it's not really very important that you know the definition of each difficult word. What you need to do is you have to familiarize the meaning and understand the whole sentence. Kasi naiintindihan mo naman ang kahit mahirap yung word na yan, if you understand the other phrases, the other sentences in that particular sentence, malalaman mo pa rin if what is that particular sentence is telling you. Next one, refrain from spending too much time on reading comprehension items that you can't comprehend at first. Ayun. Huwag mong ilalaan lahat ng oras mo sabing, nagbasa ka ng napakahabang text. Oh, hindi mo pala naintindihan. Balikan natin for you to be able 5-item questions. No, you should not. You should refrain from spending too much time on reading comprehension items that you cannot comprehend at first. You will encounter items that are not easily comprehensible as compared to others. Direct your attention on those that you can manage first, then go back to the missed items. Diba? More likely, sinasabi natin na if we are doing an activity, gawin muna natin yung mahirap before yung easy lang. Kasi para ibinuhos na natin lahat sa mahirap na mga activities and then afterwards, we still have a little bit of energy for the easy ones. Hindi yung easy muna ginamit mo na halos 1/2 ng energy mo and then dun sa mahirap, oops, half na lang pala. And then, wala na. You're lazy already. So that's the same as your reading comprehension. Kapag feeling mo mahirap, okay. Mamaya na yan, babalikan na lang natin if we still have time. Di ba kaysa naman mag-read ka ng isang items, isang article, good for 5 questions only, but you spend 10 minutes comprehending that. No. Na-sacrifice mo tuloy yung easy lang. Yung kaya mo pala siyang ma-answer ng mabilisan. No. You should have you should look at the intensity, the level of difficulty of that particular text before reading it or answering those questions. Ayun. Next one is, the correct option will always be within the passage. Take note that answers to questions will always be taken from the facts aid on the paragraphs. Ideas outside the scope or general idea of the passage should be immediately excluded from the possible options. That's correct. Kasi there are particular items or particular sentences, ideas that is not necessary for a particular passage. But then, dahil lang siguro sa, very wordy yung author is in-include niya. But no, when you answer, exclude it, diba? When you highlight, you just take note. You just highlight for the main points. Parang, kasi minsan may tendency tayo na, nandito siya sa passage, pero parang hindi naman siya related Parang hindi siya necessary. Pero nandito siya sa passage, so sige, include ko. No. Don't be guilty about it. There are other texts na inilagay lang talaga siya dyan just to siguro may minimum length, may minimum amount of words na kailangan i-complete, so inilagay doon. That does not mean that that particular sentence, that particular passage is included in that particular text is necessary na siya. No, don't be guilty to omit other phrases, other sentences, or other paragraphs. Alright, the eighth tip is to anticipate possible questions. As you read the passage, identify questions that might be asked given the ideas or facts that have been stated in the passage. Ayun, most especially the facts. Who, always remember the 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Kasi most likely, that questions will be asked. And then, the last one is we have to make notes. Underline, encircle, or write short notes on sentences that you think will be needed in answering the questions. Ayan, di ba? So, but for your exam, you can't make notes on a particular paper. So, just jot down notes in your head. It's possible. Ayun. So, that is it for your reading comprehension, for our reading comprehension discussion. I hope you have learned something because these reading comprehension general strategies and tips are really important for when you take your exam, 'di ba? Kasi you can answer a particular question if you do not read it, and you can't answer it properly, or you can't get the right answer for that particular question if you did not comprehend what you are reading. Ayun. So good luck, reviewers, with your exam. And that is it for our topic for today. For this video, I hope that you really have taken down notes, and while watching and listening this, you also have your listening comprehension. You do understand the general strategies and tips that I've been talking about. All right, so good luck and thank you for listening.